Hello there, I hope you're having a fine day today. I am starting yet another new thing on the channel. This is Path of the Abyss, a Japanese indie dungeon crawler. I know absolutely nothing about this game, aside from what I've seen on the Steam page, and the fact that it has a banger soundtrack. So let's just get into it. Okay, we have some epic lore over here. You step into the plaza, full of lively people. An imposing warrior, a sketchy man covering his face with a hood. Hardly the crowd you would expect to see in a rural town such as this. The rumor must have attracted them here, as it attracted you. You look at the large wooden notice board posted at the center of the plaza. Slay the giant who disturbs the peace of the Valmont. The giant resides in the deepest depth of the tomb. Heroes who return with its head will be rewarded whatever they desire and attain unimaginable fame. The rumor was true, you are filled with excitement. Okay, first you need to gather information. You speak to a man who seems to be an adventurer hurrying down the street. If you want companions, go to the Giant's Spine Inn. The man says curtly and hurries away. Okay, so this is the first place that we're gonna go. And I'm just gonna give a reminder here that this game is originally Japanese, so that is going to explain both the art style and the overall weirdness, and any occasional translation or spelling issue. Just keep that in mind. Here we got something. 2 gauges over here. This looks like the camping icon. Obviously inventory. This should be for our characters. I don't know. Oh, and this is gonna be the map. You're going to see me open this quite a lot. Because one of the things I do not have never had, is a sense of direction, and especially in a dungeon crawler like this, I am going to get lost all the time. Hope that's okay with you. Got a battle log over here. Adventure guide. Oh, okay, little bit of tutorial hidden over there. Let's get to the inn, then I'll look at that later. By the way, I put the music a little lower. If it is hard to hear, then do tell me in the comments, and I might push it back a little bit. I just don't want the sound level to overwhelm me. As you push open the large heavy door, you are greeted by clamor and hot air. It probably used to be a rusty inn in the countryside, but it has now become a gathering place for adventurers. You avoid the commotion and sit on a small chair in the corner to catch your breath. Find companions. You will first need to find companions to join you on your journey. Go to find adventurers to create the companions you want. Once you have the companions you need, go to form a party. Okay. Oh, cute little zombie girl or something. Now, since this is a dungeon crawler, we're apparently gonna be able to make a bunch of people, about as many as we're gonna lose, probably. I don't even know. Some dungeon crawlers like to play with permadeath, but with infinite replacements, and others just have you. make characters that you can almost freely revive as they die. We'll see which one this game is. So we have 4 different races, and the difference seems to be, okay, everyone has a different projected HP pool and cooldowns, and everyone has special effects. Humans resist poison. That sounds ridiculously broken, considering how often in these sorts of games you get debuffs and damage over time. We got elves. They resist magic and have extra magic damage. I'm probably gonna be true to form and make an elf mage. Just a little bit of blasting power. We got a dwarf. Very high HP. Night vision, plus 50 accuracy. And sturdy, plus 20 defense. And plus 20% physical damage. So in other words, they are the perfect tanks. Alright. And we also have Karins. Naturally dexterous and quick, many of them have an impressively laid-back disposition. Their physical traits make them talented thieves. Okay, so maybe kinda like halflings or something. They have agile, plus 50 evasion, and 30% resistance to breath weapons. Oh, are we gonna get dragons in this game? That would be dope. But they have less physical damage. Okay, so maybe more suited to support. Or maybe small, rapid damage. So yeah, kinda like a thief. Or a machine gun type mage. Interesting. Okay, let's start with the dwarf. It's gonna be our front line. Capabilities, what's this? Strength. Affects physical damage. Crit multiplier. Dexterity. Heat evasion, poison damage, and crit rate. Constitution. Physical reduction. Poison damage reduction. Intelligence. Magic damage, burn damage, crit multiplier, max mana. You're not really gonna need it for a frontliner. And we got wisdom. Affects burn damage reduction and max morale. And we start with 1 point to distribute. Oh, and it looks like we're getting passives as we go higher up on a specific stat. Interesting. I think we're gonna have time to look into it later. But for now, maybe get them a little bit of constitution. Okay, goes up. Like this, so this is maybe level 4 when we get our first passive. Okay. Now we get a portrait. Wouldn't mind if there was a randomized button somewhere. Let's just go through it. Really nice art that we're having here. As expected of a Japanese indie game. Oh, what are these empty spaces? Maybe we're able to port our own pictures into the game. That would be nice. matters all that much. Let's go with this serious looking one. And we can auto-generate names. That is always nice. Let's just name you first. We're gonna go in order, just in case we're gonna be losing them along the way. So you are first. And for second, I'm gonna make an elf mage. That's gonna be intelligence. You will be second. And maybe make another dwarf fighter. Or better yet, well, they don't have to be fighters, but frontliners for sure. I'm pretty sure night vision is not just percent-based accuracy. Otherwise, plus 50 would be too broken. But let's make a dwarf. Maybe start going with dexterity. Other physical main, and just someone else for the enemies to keep hitting. Maybe. Welcome to the team third. And for the final one, let's make a human. And just keep Constitution. We can choose between immunity to stun or sleep, but we cannot evade physicals. Or, I imagine, we have to pick one of these. Or HP drain continues even when taking damage from enemies. Okay, what this tells me is that normally HP drain stops when you get a hit. Interesting. Pretty sure that also applies to monsters. So that is very good to know. And let's keep you just as a generic guy. There we go. Fastest party generation I've ever done in any game. Here we go. We're looking pretty okay. Now, what else can we do in here? We can rest, recover HP, LP, and dying. Okay, dying seems like it's an effect and not actually dead. We can have food. By eating at the inn, the party will gain benefits. There can only be one. There can only be one. Sorry. One benefit from food at a time. And it will be lost when you return to town. Okay, so persistent buff for an expedition. That's pretty neat. I was worried it would be something like it would last for 100 or 200 steps and you would have to stock up in case you're going to a bigger dungeon, but this is very nice. There are various dishes on the menu which can be further expanded by finding recipes in the dungeon. Because of course, some dishes require special ingredients. Of course. so you can just go down there, only to hunt for food ingredients, so you can buff yourself for a serious run. Oh, I'm gonna have a whole lot of grinding in here, huh? Well, perhaps not right at the start, but especially later on. Maybe I'll just cut those out and put some longer recording on a separate playlist. Maybe completely without commentary, just for everyone who wants to vibe to the music. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Tell me in the comments if you would like that. These ingredients can sometimes be obtained by slaying specific monsters, naturally. Now, what you got? Chicken tomato stew. Boosts physical accuracy and XP. Big hamburger. It's a very big physical boost, and burn resist and XP increase. Oh, all of them get increased XP. So there really is no excuse not to have at least one. I like that, that's nice. Veggie plate. That's magic boost. Potato gratin. That's physical defense. Oh, this is defense plus burn resist. This is defense plus accuracy. And pork sausage, golden teriyaki. Am I wrong? I always thought teriyaki was always chicken based. What do I know? This is physical damage, breath resist. Okay, maybe for the first dungeon we're going with some accuracy boost, not physical defense. Of course, this is percentage based boost, so you get more out of it if you have a higher base. Okay, warehouse. Okay, so we can store stuff here for further adventures. Record your adventures. That's gonna be the save game. And it looks like it also. Oh, looks like I did have one. Maybe I checked it out on an unofficial copy back when it was early access. Interesting, I don't even remember that. Okay, you all have a star. I wonder what that means. Okay, and we all have some beginner equipment. We got artifacts over here. Status represents the adventurer's physical characteristics. Statuses can be increased by allocating status points, which are gained every level. Can be increased up to 20. Okay, is that per stat, or do we get 20 levels altogether? Because if 20 per stat, that means we can grind up to level 100, which is nice. Status passives will be gained upon reaching certain status levels. I gathered that, thank you. You can choose from 2 for every 5. Oh, okay. So even if you're leveling the same stat, you can make totally different builds. I can vibe with that. Status passives can be changed at any time, so select what you need for the situation. Ooh, that is nice. Yeah, that is very nice. So if we are in an area where the enemy does a lot of stuns or sleep, then we can just switch. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put everyone up to 5 constitution just for this. Yeah, the higher ones look more specific. Okay, we have our resistances here and a whole bunch of stats. Ah, okay. Now, this is flashing. What is this? Ability and skill. Ability represents the adventurer's talent. Ability levels can be raised by spending ability points, up to 20. Okay, so if we are going the same as stats, then you can probably fully level 5 of these skills. Interesting. Increases, the ability level goes up and gain skills at certain levels. Now let's see. We are on first, who is our frontline fighter, so we could go with combat. That would give us lunge. This physical damage grants melee combat to self, which is an even bigger physical boost, and accuracy and evasion, or guarded thrust, physical damage, and doubles the block rate. Again, that's just the rate, so it's not a guaranteed block, if I'm reading it right. And it has a synergy with ramming. When using a skill under the effect of skill synergy, extra accuracy and crit. Okay. This is already a lot. We got tactics here. Looks like a party-wide buff. Scout. Okay, poison. Alert march for 150 steps. Lowers encounter rates. I probably should give this to at least one of my people. This looks like makes leaving the dungeon easier. Got Hunter. Oh, and the levels give their own bonuses. Physical, crit rate, evasion. Physical, crit, multiplier, accuracy. Okay, so it is different with each skill. Well, that means there are quite a lot of build options, huh? I'm liking this more and more. For a certain period of time, the rate of encounters with enemies increases. Oh, and this is good for farming. That is very useful. We don't see this particular thing in games. Not even just dungeon crawlers, but any game that has random encounters. We have protection here. That's a heal. And increases defense. Chapter 1 prayer. That's a damage and accuracy boost. And sorcery. Flame arrow or magic light. Oh, that's just extra accuracy boost. I hope this also has a non-combat use. Don't know if you need to use torches. We'll see. Medicine. You can poison enemies or increase poison resist. Wow, humans with medicine would be sitting at a base 65% poison resist, huh? That sounds awesome. We got the witchcraft tree, which only improves resist and mana recovery. Gives raise, gives burn to all enemies, And burn does half of the base damage for 15 seconds. Dose off applies sleep to all enemies and to self. Oh, that's cute. Okay, we're gonna get into build crafting later. For now, I think I'm gonna just put one into combat for you. And it looks like we're getting both of these. That's fine. Now, how do I switch characters? Can I do it from here? No, doesn't look like it. We got HP, LP. Indicates vitality. When LP is low, the party is more likely to be ambushed by enemies, and their morale recovery rate is decreased. Okay, is this gonna be like the Romancing Saga games, where if your HP depletes, then the enemies can hit your LP? So if you're playing badly in this game, you're gonna get low on vitality, and then you need to get the fuck out of there before you get ambushed and die. We got morale. Spent when using active skills. Morale recovers by a certain amount every second. Okay, so we have a max of 100. Gain 8 per second. And we have mana. Also used for skills. This goes for 8.1. And as a dwarf, you have a cooldown of 4 seconds. So we can do something every 4 seconds. What about you? Oh, elves have 2.5. So an old dwarf party would be quite slow. Ooh, the difference in health is quite a lot. Okay, you are the Pew Pew mage, huh? So let's get you some sorcery. Sorcery or witchcraft. Damage over time to all enemies. Really sounds nice. But it does kind of run the risk of maybe hitting some backline enemies, and then you would aggro them. We'll see. Yeah, Flame Arrow also applies burn, and it's single target. Let's start with this. I'm gonna be able to think of something else later. Now on to third. You are also going to be frontline, but maybe less of a tank and more of a damage soaker, full-on berserker type. I could even give you faith, make you a bit of a paladin type. Be it over here. Could give protection to everyone. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, we will see how skills work in a minute. Now with fourth. I don't even know what I was thinking with you. Maybe a tiny bit of scouting, a tiny bit of healing. Haven't really decided yet. Or maybe a healer / commander type. just hanging back and buffing, or maybe staying in the middle. You do have a slightly better health than the elves. Intimidation shot requires a bow, so I would need to kit you out accordingly. I would like to have someone with trekking at some point. Let's just put a scout level on you. We will see how it goes. Also, the game haven't told me so far if we can respec these characters later or we have to make new ones. But since making these was free, I don't mind just making new characters. Okay, let's see what we know so far. Okay, are these... No, this is different from the pop-ups that we've had so far. Okay, there are no limits to the number of adventurers you can recruit. We can take them. Adventurers will not grow at the inn. You should put them in your party to gain experience. Okay, so I could even have an entire different party just for grinding specific dungeon for specific things, and then go on with my main guys if I wanted to. You can have less than 4 in your party. You can go adventuring alone if you wish. Yeah, I would rather not. Adventurers who are removed from the party will have their skills removed from the formation panel. Would be wise to check your formation after forming your party. Okay. You can stay at the inn. Restores health. Already know about the food. You can safely store your belongings in the warehouse. Using the warehouse is free, and you can store as many things as you want. If you find a rare item on your journey that you feel you have no need for, it may be good to store it in the warehouse. Might become useful later. Yeah, we can save. Okay, this has been over 30 minutes of me just getting familiar with the game. Oh, look, you can actually see what kind of skills your characters have. That's nice. I'm sure it will be second nature by the time I'm finished. But as I was saying, I think I'm going to stop here. Don't want to overwhelm myself with information. And I know nobody is watching my longer videos anyway. So, if you watched so far, thank you. Next time I'm going to set up the formation. I found it. We're gonna put our skills over here and then hop into the tutorial dungeon, if there is one. Okay. See you next time then.